All right, Pit Bulls, welcome to the Pit Bull family. So, real quick, it has become abundantly clear that it's necessary for me to make this video again, welcoming you to the Pit Bull family. I had one before that apparently was not thorough enough, or I just got some gamblers in my group who don't listen. Either way, don't be a gambler and listen if you want to make money. All right, so personally, this is my personal strategy. You need to have your own personal strategy and figure out what the heck you're doing with yourself. If you're just coming into this with no strategy, no rules, no game plan, you're going to have a hard time because I give you a lot of options. And part of this, not just options, contracts, but also decisions to make. Part of this is knowing which decision to make to fit your plan. So if you don't have a plan, you're going to fail. I got a free course for you that includes how to make a plan in it. So grab that free course, take that, and then don't start trading until you do that. All right, so anyways, personally, I keep an account around 100K. That's what I'm comfortable trading with. What you'll find out is that if you start at a certain amount, if you start at 50K and then you triple that account and you have 150K, that trading 150K is a lot different than trading 50K, and you'll typically make enough mistakes to get you down to 50K again. So what I do is instead I trade at 100K. If I double my account and it goes to 200K, I take 100K off the table and I throw an account and I keep trading with the 100K because that is what I'm comfortable with. I have tried working myself up. I actually started a 200K account and started working a little bit slower. But this is where I'm at right now, and this is what I'm happy with. So I would love to be a millionaire, billionaire trader and be comfortable moving those kind of commas around, and eventually I will be non-emotional enough to the point where I could do that. But that day is not today, and I doubt it is for you either. So trade on your own budget and stick to it. Make sure you're taking profits and putting them in a bank account. You don't need to leave them in your trading account because you'll get greedy, I promise. All right. Every trade for me, I use 1 to 2% of my capital per trade. So I'm spending around $1,000 to $2,000 per trade. Now, there are exceptions to these. The rare trade opportunities, so AMC recently, I used 5% of my account for. So we went into 5,000, we turned that into 20,000, and then we took that 20,000, we took the 5,000 out that we had put in, so it was 15,000. So now I have no chance of losing my initial investment. Then we turned that 15,000 into 20,000 again, and now we're using that 20,000 to invest in the play because we're reinvesting profits. That's okay. I took my initial investment out. I cannot lose on that trade, and I always like trading. I cannot lose. Also, you should always keep half of your account in cash. I had a couple people this week message me talking about, I blew my whole account my first week, I need to quit. And I'm just blown the heck away at how stupid you could be. No offense if you did that, but yeah, you probably should take offense because ain't no point in sugarcoating this shit. What the fuck are you thinking, man? Like, I go over this with everybody. You need to follow the plan, trade the plan the trade the plan, all right? These are my laws. This is what you gotta go by. Don't message me complaining with no bullshit about you losing money if you don't do this. Because if you do this, you won't lose money. There's people in this group who have 100% win rate with my trades. 100% win rate. I don't even have 100% win rate with my trades. So people in the group have 100% win rate with my trades. I got about an 80-85% win rate. People in my group have 100% win rate. There's people in my group with a 0% win rate too, and it's because they did not follow this law, this logic, this plan, their own plan. All they did was YOLO a bunch of red ass calls. All right. So as pit bulls, we do not trade off of emotions and get excited and chase all this trash. Nah, we use logic. It has to make sense for us to enter the trade. Pit bulls also take profits. So if you see a call's up 50, 100%, 200%, we're not chasing that all the way up. Now, we may average up some if we're doing a momentum trade, but we're not going to chase that all the way up. We're going to take profits along the way. Like I said with that example above, I took my initial investment out almost immediately, and then I'm playing with profits now. All right, so we trade the plan, or we plan the trade and trade the plan. This means you're just, oh, should I jump in now? Oh, should I jump in now? What do I do here? Oh, maybe I should get in here. No, I know exactly how many contracts my goal is for every single trade. I know my exact support level entries that I want to get in at. I know my exact exit points that I want to get out at. I know where I want to take profits along the way. I know where I'm in trouble. And I have a plan for every single trade I enter. And that's why I'm so successful, because I know when to get in and I know when to get out. And that's probably one of the reasons you join the alerts. So pay attention, but there may be trades that I'm staying in a little longer. For example, AMC. The people who jumped in this week on AMC with me, I've been playing AMC now since $2. Okay? So it's 50 something now. So we've been playing it since 2. This last time we got in at 12 a couple weeks ago. We rode it from 12 to 50. Made $250,000 in under a week. It was incredible. Now, somebody joined the alerts after that week, and I averaged up on some of my AMC calls because I was also selling short calls off of my calls, which is something they didn't know how to do, so they were taking that out. But because of that, they lost a ton of money on that trade, and I'm still hella green on that trade. And people message me all the time, why are you green and I'm red? I don't get it. And this is why, because I plan it. If it's your first week in the alerts, do not trade nothing. Just watch. All right? The market is not going to close down tomorrow. If it's a bear market, we got puts, put debit spreads, call credit spreads. We're good to go. All right? Anyways, I'm getting carried away. We buy the dips, pit bulls, we buy the dips, and we sell the ships, okay? So if it's pulling back and you see me buying in, this is where your plan comes in handy. It may still have some room to keep pulling back, and I may keep buying in. I may be averaging down at an opportunity point right around, a VWAP is bouncing off right around a support level or whatever. Learn this stuff. Don't be dependent on me entirely. Learn it yourself so you can know it, so you can execute it the way I execute it, so you can make money the way I make money and not be making dumb decisions just because you're too dependent on me and my entries and exits. All right? So that's where number 5 comes in. You got to own your trades. You got to learn this stuff in a group. I don't just give you trades. I teach you how to trade. So that's the next step. Oh, here real quick what we don't do, okay? We do not chase anything we don't catch, so we're not going to FOMO and chase, trash. We do not risk it all on one trade, so you got to stay diversified. Now, you want to be able to focus on only a few trades a week, but you do not want to go all in. Now, you'll see a lot of little red cheap plays going through. I have an entire account just for my YOLO plays, just to have some fun with, plays under $100 that I just want to see if there's a chance on. You'll see those red ones in the alerts. And just know they're high risk. They could go to 0. They could go to 5,000%. You never know. So don't risk it all in one trade. Do not follow the herd just because you heard everybody's doing it on a Facebook group or Reddit, whatever. Don't do it. It doesn't mean it's right. Bring it to us and we'll discuss it and let's figure it out. Okay. Pit bulls, we don't FOMO. We don't fear missing out. There's always another day. There's always another trade. And we do not blame the world for our mistakes. We mess trades up. That's okay. We take responsibility for that. I guarantee you, if you start trading options, you will make mistakes. You will lose money. And you got to own that shit. Because if you own it, then you can get better. You can make it better. You can make better decisions. And before you know it, you're trading like me. And you live in your dreams. And that's the way to do it. So, now, real quick. Hopefully, this isn't going too long for the impatient motherfuckers. But let's dive into the alerts here. So I want to go over everything with you. Okay, so we got Pitbull Bets, Pitbull Options, and Pitboss VIP. All right. Let's dive into the options alerts first. So you'll notice here, I'm not just telling you what to trade. I'm coaching you on how I trade. I'm saying watch out for those red plays. It's fucking Fed week. That's the same reason I'm making this video right now too. Because these people piss me off playing 5 red plays for 1 week and then quitting because they're stupid. Anyways, no offense, but yes offense. So you'll see I send out a video to tell people it's Tuesday, there's a Fed meeting on Wednesday. Let's roll our calls to next week that are expiring this week just to be safe. Here's how you do it. I'll send out a video. Boom, you also see these unusual activity alerts. I actually pay for those. You're welcome. And so I'll give you these unusual activities. We got QQQ puts and video calls. Let you know what I'm doing with the Tesla trade that I'm in. That's my only one I got expiring this week. And you'll see these trades right here. These are 2 trades. I actually really love these 2 trades. But they're both red for a reason. And I give you the time frame and things like that. Unusual options activity. You don't need to enter these trades for unusual. You don't need to enter any of them. But the risk level is really important. And the unusual activities is just something to take into consideration. It's okay, so somebody's dropping $3 million on SPX calls. Maybe I might want to buy an SPX call too, Or if you were already following Square, we've been following Square for a minute. I love Square, and I actually love those $200 calls. I think that's a pretty good entry price. Somebody else is buying a couple million worth. It makes me a little bit more confident to maybe buy a couple myself. Got these trade alerts going out. let you know when I'm adding the position. So you'll see I start a position at a certain point, but then I'll add to it over time. So sometimes people start a position, that's all their money, that's their only position, and that position goes down by 80%. And meanwhile, they're like, shit, I'm screwed. I lost 80% of my money. I'm like, oh, I'll just buy another one and roll it out a week, and then we're going to go a little bit deeper in the money because it's cheaper and I can get further out with my expiration for the same budget and blah, blah. So, different. Also, I'll tell you when I'm selling things short, that means, and this one's really cool here. I gave you a bunch of different. So if you want to play Clove, here's how to play it the riskiest way. Here's how to play it with a little less risk. And here's how to play it with a lot less risk. So how to hedge your bets. I'll teach you, like I said, I'm teaching you all along the way. Sending videos, why I'm trading things the way I am. Giving you my Roblox trade for the day. But you get the idea here. If you go up in the pinned post, always make sure you check these out. We got a little referral challenge going on. The risk levels is really important, though. I want to go over this with you. So the red, usually they're expiring pretty soon. They're high risk. They're fly or die. So they're either going to a huge return or you're losing it all. So if you don't have it to lose, you definitely don't want to play these bad boys. The yellows are much better. Now, you'll see a lot of reds because, like I said, I got a whole account just full of YOLO calls. It's actually up this year, which is crazy. It was crushed the first 3 months of this year. I think I took it to 20,000 to 5,000 to 200,000, and I barely traded anything in it. I just kept dumping random YOLO calls, and it don't do that. It was some luck, and I had that to lose. You know, I didn't mind losing 20,000. That's why I could do that. Medium risk are going to be the yellow ones. Now you're not going to get as big of a return out of those, but you're not going to lose your lunch either. So it's 50 to 300% return can be expected. I probably wouldn't sell it for under 25% unless you see me getting out of it because of some change of news or whatever sentiment. And then green calls usually have a hedge with it. They usually have like a short and a long position. If you don't know what I mean by that, you got to do some research before you're going to be able to handle these alerts. And start with the Pitbull bets, not the Pitbull option alerts. And smaller, more reasonable returns, much higher success rate. I think I have nearly 100% success rate with green plays. Yellow plays is like 80, 85, 90, and red plays it could be like 40% maybe. Some of those get crushed and some of them go flying. So hope this helps y'all out. Like I said, play smart. We got the 3 S's of a Pitbull pup, how to be smart, safe, and slow, how to start slow, all that stuff. I'll teach you all of this, so use it. Don't lose it. All right, peace.